I-80 in Fairfield closed right now because of one of the fires, jumped the freeway. Let's show you what the conditions look like. You can see it is smoky and fiery. This closure between the airbase exit and Cherry Glen Road. The CHP saying this is not where you want to be. You need to avoid this area. NBC Bay Area's Jodi Hernandez is live near that closure for us. Jodi, I know you've got your mask out. It looks very, very smoky and very windy behind you.
It is smoky, it is windy. I had to put these goggles on just because I couldn't see. The smoke burning my eyes and I just watering. Now, this is what it looks like. We're at the Cherry Glen exit and you can see why they had to close this freeway down. There is fire everywhere. The fire jumped the freeway at about 3:30 this afternoon, and when we got here, we could see fire in the center divide. There's fire everywhere. Initially, we've been on the north side of the freeway all day in Vacaville, covering the flames and the houses burning, but it jumped the freeway late this afternoon. Let's pan over here. You can see it's absolutely empty. This freeway is closed in both directions on Interstate 80, both westbound and eastbound. So, while people are getting those orders to evacuate, it really limits where you can go. I know I was going to send my kids home to Auburn to their grandparents, but they're stuck. We're stuck. We're stuck in Fairfield. So we're going to kind of pan around here. You're looking at, again, Interstate 80 at the Cherry Glen exit. It is closed all the way in this direction to the Airbase Parkway exit in Fairfield. That's that direction. You can see that line in the distance. I don't know if you can see that fire. That line of fire on the other side of the freeway. Again, it jumped over the freeway at about 3:30 this afternoon. It is, the wind just started kicking up, and this is not a good scene. These evacuations now are taking place everywhere. Vacaville, Fairfield, so many of my friends are picking up and leaving. I'm going to walk over in this direction. It is just, it's so smoky out here. I have to say this is probably the smokiest. I've covered a lot of fires, and this is probably some of the worst conditions that we have ever been in. I've never really had to put on these goggles. My photographer's having a hard time too. So again, all these flames here along the freeway. Gonna walk over here. I don't know. I just kind of want to give you a sense. So right there in the middle of the freeway, Matt, you can see that just flared up again. That's the center divider of Interstate 80. So really, there's no workaround around this. Like, how do you get through here? Because all of these side roads, there's fire now on both sides of the freeway. I was talking to my husband about, you know, is there any way to get my mom and my kids to the foothills? And we couldn't figure it out. Really, we think that the best thing to do at this point is stay put. There are evacuation centers that have now opened, so a lot of people will probably be heading there. You can see the trees are on fire, the base of the trees. Gonna walk over here to the neighborhood. It's all smoky. Just a short time ago, this whole ridge was aglow orange, and that is where a lot of the houses have burned. So again, here on Interstate 80, where the freeway has now been closed for a few hours, no idea when it's going to reopen, but it is windy, it is burning. I'm going to pan right over here again where you can see the fire on the other side of the freeway making its way up that hillside. Really a terrifying sight. This is my home county. This is where I live. And it's really hard to watch, and it's really scary to watch. And I know everybody's trying to figure out, you know, where do we go? So that is the situation out here in Solano County right now. Gonna send it back to you. Of course, we're monitoring it and not even sure if we can get back to Fairfield.
Okay, Jodi, you're a veteran in this. You've been doing these fires. We've been doing these together for years now. Did I hear you right and say that you haven't been able to get your family out? What are you doing with the kids? What are you doing with your husband? Well, they're staying put right now. We are still in an evacuation warning, so they haven't knocked at our door, although they have right up the street. So the car is packed,
And right now they're kind of staying put. My husband is watching the situation closely. So our neighborhood has not been told we have to leave now. But once we do, we're going to have to try to figure out where we're going to go, because it's not going to be up to grandparents' house where that was the plan.
If I remember correctly, this happened to you a couple of years ago as well. Maybe it was the Napa fires of 2017 that you were also in the situation. You had the car packed and you were ready to go with the kids.
That's right. And that time my kids were able to get up to Grandma and Grandpa's. Not going to happen this time, at least not tonight.
Okay, a lot of smoke around you, Jodi. I know you know what you're doing, but please be careful.
You bet.